guys, we just got to the hotel, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick room tour. Alright, so when you come in, there's this mirror on the wall. Layout. And then this is, yeah, this very open layout. So there's like a sink, bathroom, and then there's like the toilet room, and then there is this TV, which we never use, and then this working station. Yeah, it feels very spacious, even though it's pretty small of a room. Is that the closet? Yep. This looks like a fridge.
Yeah, like this on the
oh well. Oh wow.
Service.
Yeah, tell me this closet doesn't look like a fridge. And you can still hear my voice. It's kind of cracky because I am getting off a cold. But yeah, there's a view. We're in Union Square, so lots of food around here. Oh, there's a plant burger outside. Alright guys, so we are currently in New York for this week because Luca has a work trip. So yeah, a lot of work trips lately because I just had mine and I had a Philly vlog, and I'll put that link below if you guys haven't seen it. But yeah, it's kind of nice to go on these work trips. I guess I've never really experienced it too much since prior to the pandemic. I was only working 8 months in a full-time office setting, and after that it was the pandemic. I know a lot of companies do these kind of like work trips or meetups, but typically it's not like, you know, every month or anything, unless you're a consultant, which you're probably always going to be traveling around. But yeah, we are basically going to be here for the next few days. I'm going to be working from here. Another nice perk, I guess, of being able to work remotely and have that flexibility. But yeah, while Luca is going on his work trip, I'm just gonna be working from the hotel and maybe spending some time touring around this area. I think we're pretty close to Soho / Chinatown, and Chinatown is my favorite area of Manhattan because obviously there's good Chinese food, and that is, I mean, all I really need. This is my OOTD. I have this jacket from Jing. I think I also have a discount code, which I can put on the screen if you guys shop from Jing. And this top is from YesStyle. I also have a code for that. And these pants are also from Jing, which I really like. They have these like slits, but they're also kind of baggy. I feel very Gen Z with these pants on. And I just have my Air Force Ones. Alright, Luca, let's see the fit. Y'all see it.
Cotopaxi jacket.
Cotopaxi. Hiking shoes. If you know, you know. Good morning, you guys. It is a very gloomy day in New York today because I think it rained last night. This is my first time working out of a hotel, but the most I've ever worked when traveling is maybe in an Airbnb, but that's also with other people. So right now I'm just the only person in this hotel room because Luca went to his work event. He's gonna be there every day from like, you know, 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, and then they also have events after, which is pretty typical. In case anyone was ever wondering about work events, it's usually some kind of like happy hour or some activity that the team can do together for team building and stuff like that. But yeah, and a lot of it is covered usually by company travel or like business travel, so that is also a big perk. And I also got a bagel this morning. I've been craving bagels from New York for a long time because I don't know if anyone else has heard of this, but bagels and pizzas in New York taste different because the water has more minerals or something like that, or maybe the pipes are just dirtier. I think that's what it was, and they just happen to have more flavor or something. So I got a bagel for breakfast. I still sound really nasally because of my cold. But yeah, today is going to be a fun day at work. So some things going on. I actually am getting a new work laptop. I know you guys know that I currently use a MacBook for work, but I originally wasn't supposed to get that, I think. But it just so happens that a lot of things are back ordered. I think that's just a problem for many companies, especially ones that need very specific builds. I mean, I had to use Windows most of my life before I got my current MacBook for my personal computer. It's still really nice though. I do, you know, like my laptop, but I also don't mind switching over to Windows since it'll probably be easier for me to do my job that way, because I know you guys have questions on that, whether you should get a Windows or a MacBook, or you know, you should just spin up Linux and do everything on there, which I think a lot of people do actually, especially if you're like a sysadmin or I don't know, you're just more used to Linux. But yeah, besides that, in terms of work, you know, still typical mailbox things. I've been doing a lot more types of requests from the mailbox. I feel like every time I update you guys on this, I usually just get like 2 or 3 more types of requests that I can take, and it definitely makes me feel better because there is one person on my team that's more senior, and he basically has been taking like on all the tickets that we don't know how to do, and now as they come in I just ask him questions on it, so that eventually hopefully I can start taking some of that, and also just to learn. I think it's a good learning experience. And if you guys are wondering what kinds of requests, some of them are, you know, general like security alerts, and you just sometimes you have to look into it, or sometimes you have to research if they affect us. Specifically, like if a certain technology has an exploit, then we have to do some digging and research to see if we have that technology or that application or that hardware, whatever is exploitable, and sometimes talk to the different teams that own those technologies and kind of work with them. I also work with a vulnerability scanner, which is pretty typical also for, I guess, these kind of like SOC or security analyst type roles, blue team roles in general, which by the way, I have a video on getting into the blue team or an SOC analyst role, so I can link that down below if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, with the vulnerability scanner, they usually send some kind of reports, and then I go through them and see if there's anything we have to do, or if there's like a team we have to alert for anything that comes up, anything new in those reports. So pretty typical things, I would say. And then of course answering any security questions from our stakeholders. Hopefully everything is okay. But yeah, we live near a pretty busy area in New York, so sorry if you guys hear like the hustle and bustle of the city. I'm definitely not at that level yet compared to some of my other coworkers, but for now I will just be kind of shadowing them in those types of tickets and requests. So I'm really just kicking off my day, but I just remember this is a work week vlog. I literally just sat down and talked for like 10 minutes, so hopefully I can cut this down. But yeah, excited to take you guys along with my week. This is the most New York breakfast ever, but sorry the lighting is very bad. It's like yellow light and then white light in the back, and I just feel like I'm a very I don't know, orange right now. Amazing. Spread it for you guys. One last look for you guys. Alright guys, I sat a little farther from the window, so I think it balances out the lighting a little bit. Anyways, this morning has been kind of a roller coaster. It's been pretty busy for my team, and I think these busy periods really do kind of ebb and flow depending on what's happening and I guess what quarter it is, where we are in the quarter. But yeah, basically there were some security requests that came in, and I also was reviewing this potential vulnerability. Honestly, just a lot of Googling, because a lot of these exploits are so niche that I honestly haven't heard of them before, even if you knew the OWASP top 10. And those are the very common ones that, you know, vulnerability scanners or some kind of endpoint detection tool that your company uses will detect, or, you know, of course, a web app scanner or pen test. They usually look for these OWASP top 10s. The vulnerabilities that aren't part of those top 10 that are very niche and sometimes hard to find information on, because the internet just has various different sites and blogs that may have different info. And yeah, basically I was just looking into this one specific vulnerability. So I was just reading up a little bit and I took some notes, and basically I have a call later with my team to discuss. So yeah, that's kind of how things go. And then we kind of talk about what we could potentially do if we did happen to be affected by this vulnerability. Honestly, it really helps me because it gives me a taste of, I don't know, doing research into vulnerabilities and stuff like that. Okay, this is my getting boba fit. I literally have no clothes that I brought that were normal enough to wear, but basically same exact outfit as yesterday, and I just have, I don't know, a basic shirt on. But yeah, anyways, gonna pick up some boba. This is my first time vlogging in public by myself in a city. It's crazy. But yeah, the boba place is 5 blocks from the hotel. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry because I kind of skipped lunch besides that bagel, so I'm excited for this boba. Alright, back in St. Mark's. Very lively area. Honestly, I always feel kind of awkward walking outside, but I feel like because I'm in New York, people kind of expect it in a way, maybe. But yeah, when me and Luca went on our Asia trip after graduating college like 3 years ago, one of my favorite things was that street food that I just got, which is called like a jianbing guozi in Chinese, and it's so freaking good. But the best places to get it are literally in street markets where there's just like some old lady on the street cooking them. I'm so excited for this. Okay, it looks kind of like discolored now. It's basically like a kind of like a Chinese burrito, I guess, some kind of wrap on the outside, and then there's one egg, and they kind of lather it like you guys saw. They add lettuce, some crunchy stuff, which is usually what you would get in a wonton soup kind of thing, and then they also I added Peking duck, and then they also added some duck sauce or like hoisin sauce. The product looks amazing. Honestly, it feels so weird just working out of here because it feels so weird just working in silence. I guess that's kind of why people sometimes enjoy working in the office, because especially if you live alone. Because if I was in this room, as if this hotel room was my actual apartment or studio, and I was just here every day by myself, that would definitely get kind of lonely and depressing. I literally just sat in on meetings, and it was really nice just hearing my coworkers' voices and just like talking to them, because I haven't really talked to anyone else today since Luca left this morning for his work thing. Yeah, not even a cat to hang out with. But yeah, I also talked to my coworkers about One Piece. I don't know if you guys watch anime, but I'm sure one of you guys, at least one of you guys does, who watches this channel. And One Piece is my all-time favorite anime. I used to be a really avid anime hopper. It wasn't until middle school in 7th grade when I watched One Piece. I rewatched One Piece 8 times. And that's not including the manga that I also, I think, reread at least twice. And for a long time, probably like 5 years, I did not watch any other anime besides One Piece. But only recently I did start watching anime again, like the more popular ones. I am pretty picky with my anime though, so I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, and I also really like My Hero Academia, which I don't think is as popular anymore, but yeah, that is my anime story. If you guys watch anime or, you know, anything like that, I would love to talk with you guys about it. Made it to the gym. Guys, guess what book I bought? You don't want to know. Anyways, very fancy gym. If I brought gym clothes, I would try to work out. Wow, it comes with towels. That's how you know it's fancy. Good morning, everyone. It is our last official day in New York, I guess, because tomorrow we're just taking the Amtrak back. But yeah, another exciting work day. Tonight I'm getting dinner with my cousin, and this morning I basically just sat in on a few meetings around security and data privacy. So I guess you could say they're kind of like training meetings, but they're not official, you know, compliance training, even though most companies, I believe, should have some kind of official security training process or policy. Also, I think Luca changed the settings on this camera, so suddenly things look very bright. I feel like yesterday the lighting was so harsh, but yeah. Anyways, today is going to be a fun day. I really feel like being in New York is a lot more fun as a visitor compared to someone who lives here, just because everything just looks so fresh and new. I guess you kind of take things for granted when you live in one place and you don't really look at like the pretty things. You kind of look at like the trash on the street. You notice the bad things when you live in a place for a long time, and then it's not until you leave and come back that it feels like, oh, it has some kind of charm to it. But yeah, today I have a lot of overlapping meetings, which I obviously cannot go to more than one at a time. I used to do that at my old job. But yeah, the important meetings today are really just my team call, and then I have a one-on-one, and that's basically it. So honestly, not too much that's exciting there. I have a few tickets that are open under my name. A lot of times you're working on a ticket and then you still have to wait on other people's responses or other people's input or feedback. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. There's like 4 or 5 tickets assigned to me. I can't really do anything on them right now. I'm just waiting on feedback from another team. So also something to note. So not every ticket is going to be like you take it, you do the work, and then you close it out. I'm someone who loves checking things off my to-do list, and I would love it if that was the case. I do have other things that I have to do outside of our ticketing. The inbox is kind of like one of the top priorities, so I do always keep an eye on it throughout the day. Yeah, you could be busy all day, or there could be some quiet time for a few hours and you can kind of get some studying done, or just reading up on different news articles or anything else. And right now I'm just reading through some of the, or at least one of the policies in my company. I actually read through so many policies in this new role compared to my previous job. So today I'm going to be focusing on reading another one of those. And yeah, while it's not the most interesting, well, it is pretty interesting, but while it's not the most exhilarating or fun, I do think it's one of the most important. A lot of times stakeholders or other people are going to ask you things about your security policy. So I got dim sum for lunch. I love dim sum. If anyone is in New York and wants to try it, deep fried dough balls, and then there's like a pork filling in the middle. I also got taro cakes, or radish cakes. They're made of white radish and they're kind of like a pancake, a savory pancake. It's really good. I think these are my soup dumplings. Mostly made it through. I kind of left you guys on the back burner today, sorry. My manager is one of the best people ever that I've ever worked for in any capacity in my entire life. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm very lucky to have a good manager that, I don't know, is very understanding, but also very capable, but also very empathetic, and overall very well-rounded and amazing. Alright, so I basically just sat in on a few vulnerability review meetings. Usually during team meetings, everyone kind of goes in a round table, and then we all fill in parts of the agenda that we might have things to talk about or things that we want to bring up. Notification that my meeting is coming up soon, which it is, so I'm gonna hurry this up.
For the executive.
Same view. Now you can tell I only brought one pair of pants. Hello guys, I am currently leaving the hotel today, but yeah, we're heading back now, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I post videos every Wednesdays and Sundays at 12 p.m. and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!